He who chooses the beginning of the road chooses the place where it leads. This is a quote from Henry Emerson Fosdick. He was a pastor a long time ago. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets Midweek Edition. On today's episode, we're going to talk about what path are you taking in life. Okay, there are many paths laid before us on a daily basis, many choices and decisions. On this channel, this is a channel about being self-employed. That's a path in and of itself. Okay, I want to tell you, a secret is that when you're self-employed, you may not know it, but you're choosing a path of freedom, financial freedom. If you win and it takes off, you can be free for the rest of your life. You're choosing a path of fulfillment. Okay, it's a place where you can really put your handprint on something and leave the impact you want. Think of big companies, think about like Steve Jobs at Apple, or other people like that. If you really want to be able to help people's lives in a very tangible way, entrepreneurship is a good place for that. And if you're, and also entrepreneurship is a place where a lot of faith you got to have in God, faith you have to have in yourself, and faith you have to have in other people. Okay, just remember that any path that we take is leading us somewhere. Okay, the way we live our days is the way we live our lives. Okay, that's what Annie Dillard said. She's an author. She won a Pulitzer Prize way back when. Okay, the way we live our days is the way we live our lives. What we're doing right now is connected to what's going to happen in the future. Okay, this is why it's so important to be long-sighted in what we do. Okay, now let me ask you today on this Wednesday, what path are you taking? Are you taking the path of least resistance? You probably heard that term many times in your life. Are you taking the path of least resistance? Are you doing what's easy? I'm gonna tell you a secret, is that the path of least resistance ultimately ends up in failure and unhappiness, all right? When you say to yourself, I'm gonna sleep in today instead of getting up, I'm gonna do what's easy today instead of doing what's hard, you have no idea that you're sowing the seeds. Remember on a previous video I said you're always sowing, you're always doing something, okay? You're sowing the seeds for a future of failure, unhappiness, and regret when you choose the path of least resistance, all right? You gotta remember, I try to think 100 years out. You wanna feel something cool in your brain happen, think 100 years out, and you'll be like, whoa. You'll see things in a different light, okay? Because remember, he who chooses the beginning of the road chooses the place where it leads. We're on a path, okay? If you work for a company, I'm gonna tell you something, you're on a path of safety and comfort. Yes, you chose those things for those two reasons, safety, comfort. Like this big giant corporation is going to take care of you, but I'm going to tell you something else. You also chose the path of mediocrity, all right? If you look at people who have jobs over the course of their lives, they end up, when they're 50, 60 years old, they're unhappy. Like, I should have done better. They tell their kids to start a business. I saw this in my family, and I was like, I had to be different, so I decided to be self-employed. I've been doing it for 4 years now, and it's been working. It's not easy. When you go into self-employment, I'm going to tell you, this path comes with a headwind. You go into trouble, okay? And you end up in a very beautiful place. When you're employed, you end up in a really nice place, and then it's trouble later. All right, we got to think about the long-term effect of our decisions, okay? All right, and it's good if we, before having a habit, to look into the future, okay? Before forming a habit, look into the future. Where is this path going to take me, okay? There are many paths you can take. You can choose to listen to, time-proven advice, and that path is going to lead to a place of peace and happiness and content, knowing that this is a good way for us to learn. Just about everybody who lived in the world before us has had the same problems that we had. It's just that, are we gonna be wise enough to learn from our mistakes, okay? To learn from their mistakes so that we don't repeat them, okay? That much of our lives is a result of our choices and decisions, and every day we're placed with choices and decisions, okay? And we all want hope in the future, okay? But remember, if there's gonna be hope in the future, there's power in the present, okay? Ask yourself today, what path am I on? And if you're not on the path you want to be on, you can change it, okay? It's just a choice, but the longer you stay on that path, the more you're progressing towards that place, okay? If you choose to live, I don't know, if you want to be a U.S. citizen, you're from a different country, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to choose the path of living here. You're choosing a path of freedom, a path of living under, different laws and things, okay? Remember, he who chooses the path chooses the place it leads to. Okay, I don't want you to forget that, all right? The path you're going on, the way it looks may not be what it actually is, okay? If you follow a river, you follow the path to a river, you're gonna end up in an ocean, okay? I just really want you to think about this, because a lot of times we don't think about the paths that we take until it is too late. until, oh man, I should have turned back years ago, okay? If you need to turn back now, okay, and come back. You know that you can win, but that you gotta look at the path you're taking. Okay, that's the self-employed success secret today, is focus on the path you're going, okay? If you want a path of faith, freedom, financial freedom and fulfillment, entrepreneurship is for you. Tune into my videos and I'll give you some tips and tricks into what I've done to see success. I'm 100% self-employed, okay? I've been like this for a while, and it's a beautiful, intrepid life with honestly infinite possibility, okay? Thank you so much. And lastly, as always, unsuccessful people that make decisions based on their current situations, but successful people, you hopefully make decisions based on where you want to be. Make decisions based on where you want to be, and try to get out of the scarcity and short-sightedness, okay? Don't be so short-sighted that you miss out on where your path is taking you, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.